And now for Cuban motion. Now it's time to play. So we've talked about this vertical line and vertical stretch, the boxes in the body, and you feel very long at this point. Now, in order to get a little bit more freedom, sometimes you might see people throw their bodies. The great thing about that is it gives you so much more freedom, but we still want the classicalness. So anytime you're doing something abstract where you're throwing the body, you always want to come back to classical. Throw the body back to classical. Throw the body back to classical. Throw the body back to classical. Anytime you do something syncopated, ooh, I feel something, back to classical, that's what makes it look very polished. So I never want to do something where I'm out of balance, because then when you're doing everything, it ends up looking very squatty throughout, and we don't want that.
On another note for the ladies, there'll be opportunities when instead of doing a traditional back break, for example, like this, you'll be able to syncopate and go N1 or and tap. Or on a crossbody lead, you'll actually be able to lift the knee and move through the pattern as an embellishment. So this is something you should only do if you're already balanced and if you're already comfortable and if you understand where your weight is over your own leg. You should not attempt to do this if you're having trouble or you're in split weight positions. So if I was doing a crossbody lead, and I'll demonstrate with Felipe, and I wanted to lift the knee, I'd be able to lift the knee, maintaining my own balance over my own leg, and then proceed to finish my crossbody lead.
When you are balanced, you can choose to do little embellishments like a cha-cha, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, cha-cha, which doesn't really affect your partner, but she can feel it. You can use the basic step to add little abbreviations with the body or syncopations with the feet. You can do something abstract, once again, creating a level change to give you more rhythmicality, and also when you choose to, you can use more centrifugal force by using the body to do very simple steps like a crossbody lead, which makes you end up looking so much more powerful, rhythmical, and stronger.
On another note, if you've gotten to this gold DVD and you've really been focusing on learning your footwork, memorizing your foot positions, your timing, and your patterns, and you really haven't had an opportunity yet to focus on Cuban motion, now is the time, and we'll break that down for you using a merengue action in the body. So really simply, Cuban motion comes from simply bending and straightening of the knees. You don't have to overthink this. This is a social dance. We go out to dance salsa. You can perform, but it really helps to understand the mechanics of what's happening with the body. And all that's happening is I'm bending. We'll start on the left foot. Bending to straighten, and then bending and straightening. And I'm using a whole weight action. So I'm going through the ball, into my heel, through the whole foot, through the ball, into my heel, through the whole foot. And if I did this in place, it would look the same. Through the ball, into the heel, into the whole foot, through the ball. And as I'm doing this, I'm lifting. And then changing my weight, lifting, then changing my weight. As I say change my weight, there's a compression through my lat that it gets my weight over the leg. That's it. You don't want to overdo this action and end up looking like that. So you still want to be over the leg, but have everything else stacked over it and picked up so it doesn't look exaggerated and you're not falling off balance. So we'll do that one more time and change the weight, lift everything up, change the weight, lift everything up, change the weight. We're going to apply this in the salsa basic, going on 1 with the left foot, and 1, change the weight, 2, change the weight, 3, slightly passing the feet, going back, right, slightly passing, forward, left, right, changing the weight, slightly passing, and that's how we're going to hold that extra beat of music.
And we'll do that from a different angle. Forward, replace, back, rise, rise, back, replace, forward, rise, rise, forward, replace, back, rise, rise, back, replace, forward. If you notice, if we're just going to step to the side again, Carolina's body is rising, twisting to the right. Once it reaches the top, it's going to settle on a diagonal. We'll call this 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And now we're going to step on to the right leg. And now we're going to settle being your pelvis, going to 1, 3, 5. Again, step. 11, 9, 7, step. 1, 3, 5, step. 11, 9, 7, step. 1, 3, 5. This gives you a very good understanding of how to create this figure 8 because sometimes we just end up going from side to side and it ends up looking a little bit awkward.